What's up, fellow classers? It's Apollyon here, bringing you the war recap of two wars, our last two wars. This one was the latest one, and I'll go back to a war against España as well. And this is, I think, an Arabic. Let's just see where they're from. There's no way I'd be able to pronounce this thing because I don't even know how to read it. So they are from Iran. So it's an Iranian clan. Not really too close, so we're not going to show too much about. Let's go ahead and jump into some replays. We're going to show first the Town Hall 10 attack, and then we're going to go through the Town Hall 9 attacks for both of the wars, just as a recap, show you what's going on. So this one, our number one is going in, and he's going to go ahead and take on this max Town Hall 10 base, obviously not with walls. The walls are the big downfall here, especially with the new Valkyrie upgrades and everything like that. They just tear through these walls. Max level 5 Valks are just going to eat through these things. If they had those max Town Hall 10 walls, probably would be a different outcome. But you'll see how they eat through it. But everything else here, besides the walls, we got a max base. We've got 3 level 4 Expos, 2 level 3 Infernos, and everything else looks pretty much max to me. So we're going to watch Cockmaster take on this base and 3-star it. So we're doing a healer walk. Is it healer charge or healer walk? I think it's a healer charge. I'm sorry, a queen charge, not a healer charge. A queen charge, not a queen walk. And then we're going to do a GoVaHo. So we've got the queen doing her thing. Funneling has gone down with the wizard, who's given his life. Then we're going to go send these hogs in to grab that CC lure. And max hogs, max Valks. And pulling a lot of ground units with a nice poison there. These things, hardly any of these things are going to even reach the queen by the time they're dead. Uses that ability, don't agree with that, but it doesn't really matter because it gets the 3-star. So there wasn't any real reason to use that. Trip a giant bomb going in and use those healers to, use the wall breakers. There we go. Let's get these units straight. Use the wall breakers to break in there. And we'll go ahead and keep walking with the queen, and I think just walking around. We've got, we're missing up top, and my fault. We've got to break in a shattered entry with 2 golems and a couple wizards for funneling. That one Valkyrie decides to do her own thing, and then she'll go ahead and reroute and follow all the rest of her sisters. So we've got them walking in here with the jump. We do have a freeze for the back end. They're going to go ahead and take this first Inferno out. Boom, there we go. And now we've got a freeze, which really didn't get too much value because they took that thing out as soon as the freeze went down. So I guess it helped a little bit. Queen goes down, and the healers are rerouting. And I think one of them is going to survive. There we go. Yeah, so that one healer is going to go ahead and do her thing as those Valkyries took out that air defense around there. And she's going to just go ahead and heal up this king and the Valkyries, which are punching through these walls. We do have a wizard up top that's going to be taken out, and we do have a lone Valkyrie up top doing her thing and swinging through the walls. We got a couple of Valks on the bottom with that king, and a couple right above the king getting healed, and they're going to go ahead and chew through these walls. Again, if these were level 10 walls, it would take them a lot longer to get through. One Valkyrie goes flying with the spring trap, so now we're just down to a couple of them. They finally get that wall open, but they die in the process. So it's up to the king here and that lone wizard on the bottom. Minions are doing their thing up top with that Valkyrie. There is no more defense left up there, so it's just about cleaning. King uses his ability. Wizard Tower is doing a little bit of damage on that healer, but it doesn't matter. There is an opening, which I missed. There you go. There, King will just bang through it a couple times, and yeah, it's all over there. So they're getting up to the air sweeper, and it is a 3. So not the toughest base to get through, but still pretty cool attack. Like to watch it. It was a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and check out some more of the attacks on this war, and then we'll jump down to the España war. So number 5 is going to be a GoLaloon. Let's start it off right. Yeah, Duke's going to come in here with a GoLaloon. So we're going to start off with something other than a GoVaHo at Town Hall 9, which is nice. It's nice to change things up a little bit, and I think we've got this cold-blooded entry here, if I'm not mistaken. And no queen walk or queen charge. We've got the just normal stuff. 30-30 royals, which is always nice to have. And the golem is going to go ahead and get in here after the wizards have done their funneling, and then let the royals take over and do most of the damage. Drops the queen in there to start helping with that cleanup. We need those wall breakers in ASAP. There we go. Finally, they're in. Break it open, and now we can drop the king in there. We have a jump to route those things where we want them to take on that queen, and also to go ahead and get that air defense. The queen will start getting that first air defense. King will jump in there, take out that cannon, and then deal with some of these ground mobs. Queen will jump in, help him out, take out that loon, take out that wizard, a couple of those wizards in there, and then take out that air defense. And that's all that they needed to do. 2 air defenses down, 3 hounds. So this is pretty much a recipe for crushing a base. Notice those expos are pointed to the ground, which means 2 huge defenses. The highest defenses are out of the picture at this point. Those loons will go ahead and take these expos out with no problem whatsoever because they're pointed to the ground, like we said. And still 2 hounds up, tanking that air defense. The air defense goes down. They will reroute to that last air defense, and then drops these loons on the back end to follow up with that. I think we have a misdrop there on that rage. Might as well drop the loons in there. I think that was even like a swag rage right there, because I'm sure he wanted to rage those things up closer to the air defense. And now there's only 1 point defense on the bottom and 1 splash defense. Nope, there we go with the Tesla popped as well. The sweeper is going to be a little bit of a pain, but we do have a hound that's still full. There we go. It is popped right there. We've got a whole bunch of pups that are cleaning up all around the horseshoe of the base, and just a huge amount of loons. I think there's like 7, 8, maybe 9 more that are coming right for this archer tower. That those air bombs are going to do quite a bit of damage. That's not a good thing for these loons, but they finally make it to that archer tower, take it out in 1 drop, and now we're all in cleanup. So I think we have about 4 or 5 loons left over. Those pups are doing their thing. They're crushing the base, and it is a 3-star. So love to watch those Gola loons. Sorry. All right, let us jump down to number 9, and we're gonna watch a GoVaHo, because that's what we do here is GoVaHo. I've shown a couple of the other attacks on the cleanup attack, so watch that if you haven't seen it. There's some pretty good attacks that I'm skipping on this recap just because I don't want to show them twice. Very common internet base. I hit this first. I hit it from the complete wrong side. This is the way I was initially thinking about going in on the base, and I should have just gone with my instinct, but I wanted to try something a little bit differently. This is definitely a compact base, very, very easy with either a shattered or stone. Actually, a stoned GoVaHo would do this base really, really well, or what he's doing with just a regular shattered GoVaHo. So you want to go ahead. We all know this is a common internet base. We all know that the bombs are right in that core. There's some Teslas in there, and then the bombs are in between those two. So the trick is getting them to reroute into that core. And they're going to do their thing. They're going to take that jump in there. Valkyries get in there. They heal up those double giant bomb spots. And then there's another one right on the other side, which they're just tearing this thing up. Golems are rerouting in there. And poison goes down on the king. The Valkyries take that king out real quick. And there we go. Trip those other 2 giant bombs. And now it's just about sending these hogs in there and healing them up at the proper time. We've got 2 heals. One is just used. And we've got a full other heal that's going on here. And these hogs have just got to push through the rest of the base. They don't have to worry about anything but the defenses, except for spring traps like that and the defenses that are going on. But we still have another heal pushing through here. I don't know if there's gonna be enough hogs to push through the rest of this base. We do have 1 more point defense, so that's a good thing. So yeah, I guess it's gonna be no problem at all. The kill squad's still taking care of this. And the cool thing was I failed on this attack, and he came in with lesser royals. So I have 15-15 or 16-15, 15-16, and he has 10-13, which is considerably less, and still crushes this base completely. So very nice attack by Mini Matino. Love to watch that. And I also I like seeing him coming in the way that I should have. That was initially what I thought. So it was my initial thought was the correct one. And then finally on this last one on this war, I've hit this base on a queen walk. I didn't remember what video. I have it somewhere on, and I didn't really have the time to watch it again. But you can queen walk at noon and come in there just exactly the same way. You'll go ahead and bust open the wall breakers with wall breakers because there's no defenses that will even hit them. So they get in for completely free, no charge. And then you could just drop the queen in there and funnel on the left-hand side with a giant and a couple wizards to make sure that the queen walks down the northeast portion of the, or go walk southeast down to the 3 o'clock time. I'm just going to go ahead and use a standard shattered GoVaHo. So I'll drop the golem in here with a couple wizards behind to start taking out the trash buildings, as well as take out those defenses while the golem is tanking, and then drop the golem on the bottom to start tanking for all those defenses there. Do the funneling and drop the queen to help funnel, and then as soon as they've got it under control, which they do, drop the wall breakers to break in here, and then I'll drop all the Valks and they'll just go ahead and start running right into the base. I have a jump, a rage, and 2 heals. Could possibly just drop that rage and add another heal in there, but not a big deal. Poison is really nice, spot on, right on time, gets them as they're coming out of the clan castle, and drop the jump there to make sure. I know that there's at least 2 giant bombs in that core just because this is a common internet base, and it's just about worrying about where the other ones are. There's the quad Teslas, but they will get fried super fast with these Valks. They just take them out like candy. I don't know how you take out candy, but that's how they do it. So I'm dropping the hogs in here below. There is the giant bombs happen to be right here where the golems are tripping, so they trip it, unfortunately, while the hogs are running right in there, so they will get hit by them. But I've got only the left-hand side, a few more hogs, and a heal. There we go. Hogs are standing in heals, get healed back up to full completely. And they've got the Expo and the Tesla to deal with as far as point defenses. That golem is doing his thing. The golemate was doing his thing and tanking for these hogs just enough to get them in here. They are getting kind of fried by both the Expo and the Tesla, but that's not going to be a problem. They wipe it out as it was almost down to nothing, and then they'll take out the skelly traps. And now it's just time for cleanup. So I've got wizards up top doing their thing. I've got the queen and wizards on the bottom doing their thing. Finally even used that queen ability, and the hogs are running around. So this is a 3-star. So it's a lot of fun to hit with that base. Not a very tough base, but it's something that you guys will see over and over again. If you want to tell me what base that is, I could change the description and let them know. I'll let everybody else know. Just let me know what that base is. It's not the Southern Teaser, is it? It might be the Southern Teaser, but something like that. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the other war and just check a couple of those attacks out, and we'll be finished with our Town Hall 9 recap. Alright, so this recap, this was a little bit closer. In fact, we could have lost this one. This one was down to the wire again, and it was against a level 10 clan from Spain, ESPANA, and yeah, they had 96.7%, and we had 98.27. We won with stars, though, so that was pretty cool. And you can see what they've done. They used almost every single one of their attack. I think they had 2, like one Town Hall 7 that didn't attack. For they could have scouted, but anyway, they 3-starred all the bottom bases. Struggled a little bit with the Town Hall 8s as well as some of the higher Town Hall 9s, but or mid Town Hall 9s. But they did dip down a little bit and clean it up. And then, of course, we had almost a perfect war. We just dropped a couple. I think they had a bunch more Town Hall 9s than us. I think that's what it was, and we had to drop down just because even our equals were Town Hall 9s or below our equals, or so the there's, I think they had an extra 3 or 4 Town Hall 9s than us, maybe even 5. So we did have to drop down a number, but not drop down to hit Town Hall 8s. We had to drop down a number. So anyway, we left number 14, and I think we showed the other ones, 9 and 7. So we left 3 on the table. Not really tough ones. I totally botched this one up. Number 14, not a difficult base. But just my deployment was all wrong. I just ran out of time. I crushed the base, but I ran out of time. Just did a queen walk on the bottom are queen charge to take out all those air defenses, and then sent the dragons in up top, pretty much like what Sir Topham Hatt did. I just ran out of time and didn't get it done. It would have been a less close war than it really was. We would have won 88 out of 86, but you know, that's what it is. So let's go ahead and check out 2 attacks here. We're going to check out number 2, or the attack on number 2 by JLC. Very, very cool. GoVaHo. I mean, you're talking about a max Town Hall 9 base. I think this is officially a max Town Hall 9 base, because they're all the walls. I don't even see any walls that are not max, and obviously all the defenses are max. And as far as I could see, we got 30-30 heroes. So this is what you're looking at. It's an anti-3 base, so not hard, or not easy to 3-star. We got a bunch of wall breakers. Wall breaker fail. But the Valks will jump in there and take care of that. A little late on this poison here. Drops the jump instead of the poison. We need to get that poison down, and a misdrop on the poison. But thank goodness Valkyries will just tear through ground units like crazy. So they take the jump. They'll go reroute back to that king again and smack him down in about 3 swipes. So that's just how powerful Valks are. Take on a level 30 king and just knock him down in 3 swipes. Probably about 4 or 5 seconds or less. And they're running around the core. Drops the heal for these hogs coming in on the back end. The queen is already down as well. And yeah, it's just about being a little bit patient. Holds on to the last couple bit of hogs. Has a tri-Teslas popping up there. Don't know where the other Tesla is. Probably missed it as it was coming down. But we've got 1 Valk or so that's still doing the tanking. And we've got these hogs making their way through. There's only 2-point defenses. And look at the heroes. Level 20 king and level 16 queen going in on 30-30 max base. Love to see this stuff. Love to see, you know, lower heroes or mid-level heroes going in on max level bases. You can do it with the right strategy. You just have to, you know, plan it out correctly and execute it correctly. We have no more hogs left. We've got a queen that's punching through walls, and she's going to go ahead and reroute, which is going to be fantastic, because that mortar is going to do very little damage to her. And we are in cleanup mode pretty much. Now we're officially in cleanup mode as that mortar goes down. We got a wizard and a minion, or was a minion before the air bomb got to it, doing work up here. Who's going to win between the wizard and everybody else? I'm thinking the wizard. So we got a hero wizard taking care of that dark elixir storage, and that equals 3 stars for JLC. Really nice attack. I love to watch that. And then let's check one more out. Number 12. Watching a Queen Walk GoVaHo by Denker. So this was a very, very nice attack. You can see his other attack on the cleanup. It was just a really cool thing. This is not a max Town Hall 9 by any means, but neither is he. He has got level 10 heroes, and he's doing a queen walk with a level 10 queen. So, you know, you guys can do this. It's about what you want to accomplish to the queen. That queen is going to be able to is going to tank almost as good as like a level 20 or so. It's the amount of damage that the queen can do. There's a huge difference between a level 10 queen and a level 20 or 25 queen or 30 queen as far as how quickly she's going to take out these buildings and take out this. It's not about just the tanking. That's the problem. But he already has in mind what he wants to do and accomplish with this queen. Very, very patient. That queen is getting down to no health and just holds on. Doesn't use the ability. Doesn't even have a rage to use. So that it knows that there's only 1 point defense there, and that point defense is going to let the queen get healed back up with those healers. Drops a very nice poison, and that's going to allow this queen. She's probably going to want to use her ability just to make sure that everything's okay, but at this point doesn't need to. Drops the other golem on the bottom to start the second part of their second phase of this. Those loons are dropping bombs, but still has not used the ability and not needed to rage. But look how many point defenses that she's going to have to go through. Not very many until she gets way up to that northern part. Wall breakers go down, Valkyries go in, and a jump will go ahead and connect. Look at the jump, it just barely connects. That's exactly what you want to do, is open that up almost to the point where it's dropped a little off, but it's not. It's just a really, really nice drop. Now the queen has 3 point defenses on her and a splash damage, and needs to use perfect use of that ability, the Hogs and Valkyries finally take out that Expo, so this queen is going to get healed back up to full again and start all over. Even trips those giant bombs, the double giant bombs up top, gets baconized, no big deal, has tons of Hogs left up top with that last heal, and the queen is doing her thing completely untouched. She's going to take out this last defense, and before the Hogs can even get there, and now everybody switches to cleanup. We've got Valks cleaning up, we've got Hogs cleaning up, we've got a King cleaning up, we've got a Queen cleaning up, and we've got Wizards cleaning up. So everybody's cleaning up, everybody pitches in while holding hands and gets that 3-star. Really cool, crushing that base. So, hopefully you guys were able to see some good attacks. Again, a lot of GoVaHos, just tons of GoVaHos to show. The show didn't show a lot of them just because it gets a little bit redundant. And good job to all the ones that I didn't get a chance to show, just because I can't inundate this recap with just pure GoVaHos. But everybody's doing a good job there. Hopefully you guys got used to it. You're trying it out. I'm thinking about putting out a how to GoVaHo at Town Hall 9 again, because everything's changed. Let me know if you guys want me to do that. We still fail quite a bit on GoVaHos. It is by far not a given 3-star. We make it look easier, at least some of these guys do when they get the 3 stars on it, but that does not mean that it is a guaranteed 3-star. There's a lot of mistakes that can be made, especially when the clan castle has loons, dragons, and air in it. A lot of misdrops on poison, a lot of misdrops on rages, on queen walks, and things like that. So I can do that if you guys want, or if you just watch these recaps, you get a chance to see about a bazillion GoVaHo recaps or strategies going different ways and different compositions. So anyway, practice them, get used to them, do it in your farming raids. I know it's a little expensive to practice that kind of thing, but it will pay off dividends when you're going into war. You only got 2 shots in war to make it happen. You got 1,000,000 shots in farming to do that. So get used to the composition, get used to what spells to bring in why, and get those 6-star clan wars and practice those 3-star attacks.